Good morning. Listen, I want to talk to you today about how to begin to walk in your amazing. We've discussed a lot of things, several things that have to do with what will hinder your amazing. But today I want to tell you the most critical part of walking in your amazing. It will start you out and it will carry you through. Thank you for coming back to Write the Vision. We appreciate you. Please hit the like button if you're watching this, and you can subscribe or share this with someone who you think might benefit from it at the end. So, anyway, what I want to talk about is wisdom. And we all have our own idea of what wisdom is. But the thing that always fascinates me about wisdom, I connect to a scripture in the Bible that talks about God made his ways known to Moses, but he only made his deeds known to the children of Israel. And I always connect that with wisdom. We have this idea that wisdom somehow is maybe what we think, or wisdom is what we feel, or wisdom is what we see. But it's really not those things. Wisdom begins with knowing God and knowing how he operates. It begins with knowing that he knows all things and he is the author of wisdom. It all comes from him. Anything else is merely man's ways or man's thoughts or man's deeds, and we don't want to walk in them because average comes from man's ways, but amazing and awesome comes from God, and it can only come from him. So I want to tell you today, get away from thinking about what man says wisdom is. Because even with God, sometimes the foolish or the wisdom of God is foolishness to man. He told Moses to go and talk to Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go. And Moses was like, that's a foolish idea, Lord, because I stutter. I don't speak well. And God said, no, it's a wise idea because I said so. And Moses begged because he just kept saying, I stutter. I don't speak well before people, Lord. He had his excuses and God has his reasons. And we would have thought the same thing. How is God going to send Moses with his stuttering self to speak to people? Well, the foolishness of man can be the wisdom of God. So we want to get in the right vein of wisdom, and that is the wisdom of God. Sometimes God will tell us to do things that seem utterly, sheerly crazy. I can't do that, Lord. Like he spoke to me and said, I want you to do retreats for young ladies to help them to heal and get to their purpose. In the middle of COVID, the Lord said that. And I thought, who in the world is having retreats? Where would I find a venue where somebody's going to have a retreat? They don't even want to have 50 people in a wedding, 10 people in a funeral. This is not wisdom. But it was. It was foolishness to man, but it was wisdom to God. And I want to tell you that retreat and the God spirit of that retreat, the God mandate of that retreat is still reverberating across the country with people who attended the retreat and with people who have not even attended a retreat yet. See, the wisdom of God is foolishness to man sometimes. And I want to tell you, if you want to get to amazing, the first thing that you want to do is get back to that first thing we discussed, the first thing I talked about, intimacy with God, because He will share wisdom with you that will bring forth such amazing results in your life that you couldn't have planned it better yourself. So listen, get connected with God and get about the business of being amazing. Okay? Go be amazing. I love you. Bye now.